Hi guys, Kurt Provost here, your guide to all things new skin. So I was having a conversation the other day with a new team member and they've been going well. They've decided that social media is the way that they want to start building and marketing and growing their business. And so they've started to do some posts. They've done some new skin related posts, I think one or two of them, and they've done a bunch of other non-new skin posts. And the new skin posts have done well. They've got a lot of engagement, some traction, a lot of interest, and a new team member as a result of one of those posts. And then the other ones are getting a lot more engagement than they were getting before we had met, before they had started the new skin business. And that's really important because the non-new skin posts are going to be the bulk of the things that you're putting out there. Bulk of the content that you're creating is going to be not related to new skin. You want people to be engaging with that. You want to make it content that people want to respond to, because that means that the algorithm of whatever platform you're using is going to upvote whatever it is you create next. They're going to show it to more people. And that means that when you do get round to creating another piece of new skin related content, another post that will give someone an offer of some sort and say, hey, got this available, they're much more likely to see it. And that is a good thing. We want as many eyeballs as possible. So while talking to this team member, they said, you know what, I need to get more targeted with my audience. I need to narrow it down. So I'm going to create a page, a Facebook page, and I've got this private group that's in the same name as the page. So it's not in their name, it's in some sort of like beauty related name. It sounds kind of like a beauty business. And that will be my way of funneling high quality prospects into these products or this business. And I just gently kind of changed their mind about that, because it's a very common idea. It's a very common thought process. That's why I'm creating this video right now, because perhaps you're thinking the same thing. Okay, how can I market on social media? Well, you can check out my Attraction Marketing 101 right here. That'll give you some good pointers. But how can I do that? Well, I'll create a page and then I can have people following and they will see the content that I create, and then I can funnel them towards a conversation or maybe into a group or something like that. Great thought process, but let's continue the thought process and see what it looks like in reality. The thing is, in reality, Facebook does not prioritize pages. They are one of the lowest things on the algorithm. Now, the algorithm changes constantly and no one really knows what it is, but it's just, you can look at the results, the end results of algorithms to understand what they value and what they prioritize. What do you see in your newsfeed? Do you see pages if you're following a page? Do you see them very often? I personally follow a bunch of different pages, and it is very rare for me to see a single post from one of those pages in my newsfeed. I see all the stuff from my friends, from my contacts, and that is what Facebook has prioritized. Your close personal contacts, the ones I've been interacting with the most, or who has been interacting the most with me, the ones that I've had conversations with in Messenger, or I've viewed their stories. I see more and more of them and less of pages. Now, the reason why a lot of conventional businesses will set up a page is because it's more searchable, using it through Google or something like that, and you can run ads with it as well. It's required to have a page if you're going to be running ads on Facebook. Now, conventional business ads are a good idea. That's a fantastic way of marketing your business. With Nu Skin, we're not a conventional business. Nu Skin is a network marketing business, and that means there is a superpower built into the business system. What is that superpower? It is the relationships that distributors have and the trust that is built into those relationships. It's inherently in the relationships that we have with our friends or our family who know, like, and trust us and are open enough to have a try of these products. Because you see, these products are not simple. Quite often they require a physical demonstration, or they require some further explanation. I try and explain them well on these videos, but even that is not enough sometimes. And that is why we have a distributor force rather than a conventional business model of just advertising them to people, which is kind of hoping that someone will trust it enough to buy it. Whereas in this business model, they just have distributors who are using the products, who become walking billboards for the products. They love the products, and they're actively sharing those products and the business with those people who they have close personal relationships with, and there's a lot of trust in those relationships. It's a brilliant business model. It's a very efficient business model, and at the heart of that business model is trust that is within relationships. So if that's what's our secret power within network marketing, then we would be doing ourselves a disservice if we removed and distanced ourselves from those relationships, which is what unfortunately happens when we create a page. Because we disappear from the newsfeed of the people that we have relationships with, and suddenly we're trying to market to this cold market who don't know us, who don't like us yet, and don't they may have an interest in the product that we have, but they haven't got that relationship with us yet. They've got no reason to purchase from you specifically, as opposed to any other new skin distributor. So you may just be doing all the hard work of introducing people to these products, educating them about these products for them to go and purchase it off someone else, which is very much like I do a lot of that with these videos, no doubt. I am doing a lot of the educating process for a bunch of you, but that is okay because it helps my team as well. And so there's kind of a bigger picture there. I'm okay with that. However, if you're just starting out, it's not the best strategy. Also, groups. Groups can be absolutely brilliant for these products and for this business because it's a private space where you can really own and control the content, and you can have people in there that are seeing things constantly, so it can create a lot of the follow-up process for us automatically, and that is really useful. It takes a lot of the hard work of this business off our shoulders. However, it adds over on this shoulder a different type of hard work. Everything seems to balance out here. You know, there's an ease of follow-up right there because it's happening for us automatically on social media, but then there's extra work applied over here because you have to maintain that group. You've got to keep it active. You've got to keep posting relevant content that is engaging for people, that is interesting for people. You've got to keep adding people to that group. It is absolutely exhausting. Now, some teams, I know they use this as their system, and if you're in one of those teams, then follow whoever it is that's your sponsor, your upline. I'm sure that they have a lot more experience within the market than I do because we're all in different markets here. So I'm not saying go and change your system based on what I'm saying. I'm just saying be conscious of this. What I see for new people getting started, there's enough to learn in this business without having to add on top of that running a group. So personally, what we do is we have a team group because groups are really valuable, but we find it's better when the team all works together and people add their friends, their contacts to that group specifically, and they tag them in posts, and then they post in that group, and whenever they're posting in that group, their friends and contacts are more likely to see it. But it also helps the team. It also helps the other members of the team because that group is more active, and therefore it becomes more valuable for other people. So we have found personally within our own group that team groups has been the most effective way, and it means that a whole lot of the workload is not there for new people, and that is really important because there's enough stuff to learn here without having to add on a ton of other things like running a group. So what we recommended instead, what I recommended for this new team member instead is, you know what, continue on what you're doing with your current market. However, start joining specific groups. This is relevant to Facebook. Specific groups where your targeted audience are likely to be. So first off, continue with that train of thought that you had about getting more targeted with your audience. Who is the group of people that you want to work with the most? And then figure out where those people hang out on Facebook. They may hang out on a different platform. They might be on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter or wherever else. There's so many different platforms to choose from, but highly likely there are a bunch of groups that are relevant to those people that you're also interested in. You share those common interests, those things that will connect you with a stranger, And then you can join those groups and you can start interacting with them. You can start adding value to that group. You can start commenting, you can start posting, you can start connecting with people in that group. And that's going to build your own personal profile. And then as you continue posting and creating engaging content on your profile, both new skin related and non-new skin related, they are going to see that. It's going to build the relationship as you're communicating with them, and you can have a conversation with them then because they trust you. They know you somewhat. You've converted a cold prospect into a warm prospect. And this, although it may seem a bit slower, in the long run works out faster because you'll end up with more team members who are building it in a more natural and authentic pace that is natural for them. They're not having to go to the effort of building all these new teams and pages and running all that stuff. And it will multiply much faster than it would if you were silent on a page. Or, well, you're not really going to be silent, but plugging away on a page that not many people see nor interact with. I hope that makes sense. I think I went a lot longer than I was planning on going with this one. My name is Kurt Provost. I am your guide to all things new skin. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Leave a comment with any questions that you may have, and be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications to be notified next time I create a video like this. Have a fantastic day, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.